He said, we're going to start calling you Top Shelf. He said, why? He said, because I see you doing a lot of top shelf things, but also you got to be top shelf where people got to reach for you. You know what I mean? You can't just, come to you and with the what I say, with the BS and anything. You got to come with top shelf conversation, top shelf business, top shelf idea. And I just kind of grasped that name, and it took me a minute, but I said, yeah, we're gonna call it Top Shelf. So everything, I try to do is try to be top shelf. I mean, coming on here to shelf is because I consider you top shelf. You know what I mean? I said, I'm coming to see my boy Mark, he's top shelf. So everything I try to do is top shelf. So again, I started at Riverside Projects. My journey is from projects to progress, is what I like to say. And growing up in the Riverside Projects, we didn't have.
Hold on. Listen, we're gonna get into that, the humble beginnings and all that. But I want you to continue on with some of your businesses and what has, inspired you to take that risk and even know that you can, or think that you can do it.
Okay, I'm gonna say this to you, and I want y'all listening, because if anything that you got to take out this interview, I want you to take this phrase right here. This phrase now, 90. Let me just put it this way. He said, God placed the best things of life on the other side of fear. So when you start thinking of all the best things that you want in life, you got to say that you're going to have to go through that door of fear to get there. There's no other way around it. I'm going to be honest. You're going to have to go through that fear, or you're going to stay where you at and do the same that you've been doing. But if you want more, and you want to grow more, and you want to be on the top shelf level, you want things to be drawn your way, you got to be on that vibe, on that frequency. I'm going to get it so you can draw the right things from you. But the only way you can do that, you're going to have to get through fear.
Can you look back and see some of just your peers that may have fell by the wayside, that may not even be here today, or that got caught up in a bad situation?
Yeah, I had family members, cousins and stuff like that, or even friends that I seen back in the day that didn't even make it to 25 years old. Like, and I remember kids playing basketball on the basketball court, or in the street playing football, or playing tackle football with these guys. And these guys are no longer with us. So I had a lot of friends that just didn't make it. People I just seen around the way, or some that got on drugs and didn't make it back, People don't understand that when you grow up in that system, that project mindset, it hurts you in so many ways. So people say, D-Ray, you always beating on, because I try to stay on the high frequency because I want to draw high frequency things to myself. Does it get hard sometimes? Remember what I said, everyone's important, no one's special. So I go through some of the same thing everybody else go through too as well. I've done a lot of great things in my life. And as we talk, I probably ain't enough time to tell you a lot of things, needless to say, a lot of stuff that I've done. But one of the things I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest things that I've done in my company, which is construction. Again, a guy from barber chair to construction, got commercial. Well, in the Riverside Project, they got funds to develop the project. Not to develop, to tear down the projects and put affordable housing. I'm talking about really nice housing, townhouses, So knocking down all the project buildings, renovating, developing a whole new, I got a call to be a part of that, and my company is called Trust. And the reason why I call it Trust, because Black folks get a lot of bad rap when it comes down to construction companies and developing. That's why you guys seeing us being, like you're not really owning the company. And then people saying that we might not have this, we don't do this, or, as far as integrity, whatever it is, we were just getting a bad name, bad rap. And I wanted to fix that. And we done doors, we done trimming, we did all the paint, we did a lot of things over there, and they actually invited us over to be a part of that, which I'm just so honored that, growing up in Riverside, building these new houses across the street from the project where I lived at. And I'm talking about, Mark, I'm literally looking at my old house in the projects while building up the new houses on the other side. But going back to my projects and to my hood and fixing it up and helping fixing it up with the WeWork program. Shout out to Logan Herring, who's my guy, and the other people that's involved in this project that made it happen. You got to do what you know is right, even when it don't feel right. And I knew it was right. I knew I had to get to be a part of this project. So I went past the fear, and now I'm doing commercial projects pretty much everywhere.
I know you got multiple businesses. You co-own a business, but I want to ask you about the book.
Number one, Mindset Go. Everything starts with the mind. So I want to write a book that's going to help you. So what I want to do is create a book that's going to squeeze you. And in the end of the day, you're going to find out who you are and what your purpose is. So I don't feel remorseful for me being successful because I know where I came from. So they don't know where I came from. They don't know that I was sharing the same bed with my brother up to 13, 14, because my mom would rent the other bed out. They don't know that I had 12 people in my house and I had one bedroom. They don't know that we had a jug of water down the bottom and some beer in the refrigerator. They didn't know that I was eating breakfast food for dinner because we didn't have dinner food. They didn't know know that. They didn't know that we had to borrow people's clothes and those type of things, in the school. They didn't know we had to share each other's clothes. They didn't know I had to wear them jeans the next day and the next day with a different shirt. They didn't know that to come downstairs and then they had nothing under the tree for Christmas. Like a lot of people grow with these luxuries. I started out cutting hair, as you know. I was a barber for years, and I laid my clippers down and I said, you know what, I've done it enough. I love cutting hair. I love the culture. I built something in my community that people love, and I just say, it's time to walk away from barbering and get into other things. I like spread my wings out a little bit. So I got into construction. I own a transportation company. So I think entrepreneur has always been in my spirit, doing entrepreneur things. I just never found the right person, found the right spouse, found the right partner. Is one of the most important things, one of the most important decisions that you ever make in your life. Someone has found out later the wrong way. Someone found out like, wow, they actually did help me. So my thing is just finding the right partner, and not just the partner themselves, but check out their family structure and how they grew up. Do they got daddy issues? Do they got mommy issues? And that goes on both sides, male or female. You want to find out about that family, because you're getting involved with a partnership in a marriage or something, maybe with someone. You want to know about their everything. How's your family? How's your brothers and sisters? Anybody crazy? Anybody, anything? Because you plan on starting a family. Let's keep it 100. How's your dad? Was your dad in your life? All that stuff. And that goes for women and men, because it affected them all of us in a different way, but kind of like the same. If you ain't got a father in your life, it's going to affect your man growing up. If you ain't got a father, it's going to affect the woman. Some type of way. So let's just start there. Then you find your spouse. Family over everything, man.
As I said, Top Shelf time is very valuable. We appreciate you. I want to thank all the viewers, everybody who's peeped in and stepped out. We appreciate y'all. We thank y'all. But this is just the beginning, man. I knew that y'all would get some value. I hope that y'all have gotten value, because I believe that he brought nothing but value in this interview, man. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you, man.
Yes.
Top Shelf.
I want to give a big shout out to Top Shelf D. Reed. Thank you again, man, for the interview. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank the viewers, man, for watching, man, and the continued support. Thank y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope y'all got value in the information that he gave, because I know I sure did. If you did get value in this video, I ask that you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. Thanks again. Thanks again. Until next time, man, y'all be safe out there. Until next time, y'all be safe out there. Peace.